Hello, this is Ron here on a nice warm late November day in South Jersey here. We're going to do the flight test of the MJX Bugs 3 Mini. Okay, I'm going to meet you at the bench here. Alright, looking at the bench here, we have the Bugs Mini, the battery, and the TX. So, to begin with, we're going to insert the battery in the Bugs here. It's got like a little clippy thing here, so see these little connectors here match up with those connectors, so plug her in like that. It's on. You hear the sound. So now we're going to turn the TX on, and you'll hear a couple beeps here. And I think we're good to go now. This is number 1 button here is regular flying mode, and number 2 is acro. 1 is, we'll say, stabilized. So we have the lights on and off here. This is unlock the engines. This is high and low rate. This is a photo button, which I don't know if it works or not. We have the usual trim buttons and 2 buttons on the back. We have the L1, which is the flip button. The antennas, don't have any wires in them, so they don't do anything, so we're just going to leave. Well, we'll put them up just so they look good. Everybody always keeps them down at videos, but we're going to actually make them look good here, like they're doing something. So, okay, we're going to take the, get the landing pad out here. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. Should have had the landing pad out, but we're going to waste time here. I'll cut this out of the video if I get a chance. Okay, we're going to hit this button here to unlock the engines. Let's do it again here. Something's wrong. There we go. We got engines started. Okay, here we go. Okay, she's hovering. Hope you can see her in the other camera. We'll take her out a bit. We're dealing with some wind here. We're going to say like 8 miles per hour, and she's doing great. I hope this sun isn't too bad on you. I don't want to get in the way of this camera here, so we'll take her out. Probably not going to do a range test today yet. We're just kind of getting used to her, bringing her back here. Very responsive. Just as responsive as the Bugs 3 regular, if not more. Okay, we got her in low rates. We're going to put her in high rates, and we'll do a bit of a punch out here. Come on down. Here we go. So she got plenty of punch. We got a 2-cell battery. Let's get her down here a little bit. All right. Let's see. Everybody probably wants to see a flip, so let's do the flip next. I don't know if you have to pick the, oh, there she went. Okay, I lost orientation now. Let's see here. Okay, here we got orientation back. Oops. Here we figured out orientation again. Oops, come on down. So we don't even really need her in these high rates here. So let's take her down to that bench there, if you can see it on camera. Okay, I'm not going to eat too much of the battery up here because I want to save a little bit for the FPV goggle test. I guess the wind's grabbing those prop protectors a little bit, but I'm keeping on mostly for the goggle test. So let's put this thing down, see if I can do a good precise landing. Oops. Come on. Oops. Come on. There we go. Look, almost right in the middle. Alrighty. Okay, red button again to stop the propellers. Alrighty, there we go. So let's move on to the FPV goggle test of these things. So here we go. Alright, this is Ron here with just trying to wrap up this review with some final thoughts, and I thought I would show you the comparison between the Bugs 3 Mini and the original Bugs 3. As you can see, the Mini is quite a bit smaller than the original Bugs. I would say like half the size. And weight, it's a lot lighter. But this, for a small guy, this does have brushless motors and 2-cell battery, which just comes with a 2-cell battery too. I'm sure it's a stronger battery in here, but it's still a 2-cell battery. So as you could see on the review, this had plenty of punch out, especially in rate 2. In fact, I was flying in like at least a 10-mile-per-hour wind, and rate 1 was good enough most of the time. It was my first time really in the field, so I didn't really feel all that comfortable at rate 2 that much because it was really moving, and it tended to go up in altitude really fast. I mean, this guy does too, but this really seemed to go up in altitude fast, probably because of the lightweight, and it must have been an updraft in the wind. Now this does have an acro mode on it, but I have not tried it yet. I've seen a couple people put this at an acro mode and flip it right in the ground and actually break an arm with it. So it's going to be a while before I try it in the acro mode. But it is there, if you that's what you're looking for, or you're interested in it. Any questions or any comments, on the Bugs 3 Mini? Go ahead and leave them in the comments at the end, and I'll try to answer them. I guess that's all I really have. I talked about goggles in the video, but I couldn't get my goggles going at the field, so I never did an FPV flight at the field. When I got home, I solved my issues. It was all my fault, nothing to do with the bugs. It was on the goggle end, and I flew it in the front of the house with the goggles and FPV for a few minutes, and it was great. It was fine. I just didn't want to go too crazy out in front of the house because I'm real close to other houses and people's cars, stuff like that. But it was fine. And next time the weather breaks, I'll go over to the field again and give it a more full-fledged FPV goggle flight test. And I don't have a DVR anyways on my goggles. I got to upgrade my goggle game here. So I wouldn't really had any recorded video, just been a man sitting there with big box goggles on his head. So it wouldn't have been that good anyways. But I definitely, if I'm rating it, I'm giving it, 2 thumbs up. I'm giving it, and a 5-point rating. I guess I'll give it a 5.5. I can say anything you'd want, how I could improve it. I mean, it's a fully manual flyer, so it's got no altitude hold, no headless mode, nothing. Just like this guy, completely manual, which is what you're looking for sometimes, especially if you want to fly FPV with the goggles or whatever. You want complete you can control everything. You don't want the altitude hold, keeping you up when you want to go down and things like that. So I never I talked about it was a camera button on TX, and there was no memory card in here, so I hit it. But I think that camera button's for another MJX drone, but so I don't think that's functional in here. The only way you're going to get any recorded video is to have a DVR in your goggles. But no, again, to me, some arm issues on it, but they feel solid to me, and the same arms as here is just a little bit smaller in scale. So and that's it. I'm really happy with it, especially at the price. Maybe when it was over $100 when it came out new almost a year ago, end of last year, maybe it I wouldn't have given it that rating. But at $50, it's definitely a a 5 out of 5 for me. And again, I'm giving you all this over just flying it, basically one real time at the field. But I never have flown anything, this small, that flew as well as this Bugs Mini did. None of my other little Seamas or little Hubsons or anything like that. I never had the performance this thing did. So again, thanks for watching the review. I've going on too long here, so we'll see you in the next one.